Lynette says, I'm a little confused about when you open a quantum field and when you just connect with Earth Star, Soul Star, and God Source and create, heal, have conversation for guidance. Can you speak to this? Yes, absolutely. Amazing question. So, okay, the first things that we're going to do in our light work is we're going to shield ourselves. And we want to be shielding every day, whether we're doing light work or not. The next thing that we want to do every day, whether we're doing light work or not, is we want to anchor light into us and then anchor light into the earth through us. So we want to be pulling light into our body and sending light back up to God's source within our soul and the earth. We're essentially connecting. We're no longer disengaged from the quantum field, from the magic within us. We are consciously choosing to connect and anchor ourselves into these true aspects of us. This is, in my opinion, a necessary step every day for someone who considers themselves to be a light worker. Someone who's choosing to work with light must call that light into themselves to work with it and must be willing to be an anchor point in the physical world of that light. When we choose to be a light worker, we're choosing to be someone who anchors light. You're choosing that your existence on earth is for more than just for you. Your existence here on earth is actually going to elevate the earth's frequency by anchoring light into the earth. And you're actually pulling frequencies from the earth into you. You are choosing to be the embodiment during your day of light by anchoring like that. When we choose to actually perform acts of light work, then we are going to open a field and do the next steps to perform that light work. But opening a field opens a place in the quantum in time space and no time space. It opens a place where now your intentions are very potent and your light work, your intentions are amplified, your commands are amplified. It is a place of intentionality. This is very different than simply anchoring light into you and walking about your day. Now, before we open the quantum field, we want to absolutely anchor into light. So we want to shield, anchor into light, and then open the field. But we also, even if we're not doing light work every day, we should, at the bare minimum, to call ourselves a light worker, we want to be shielding and anchoring into light. This is like bare minimum. Now, the anchoring into light is simply the intention to reconnect to what is already true, God's source within your soul and the earth. All of these are consciousnesses that we can connect into. When we are opening a field, it is our intention to actually embody our God source self. We are not speaking from the perspective of our human or the perspective of our soul. We are embodying and speaking our commands from the God source self. That's what we're doing inside the quantum field when we do our light work. This is a very potent place to create from. But it's not how we're called to create during the day. And it's not how we're called to receive our guidance in general. Because God's source within doesn't need any guidance. You can't very well command from your God source in the quantum field at the same time you say, and I don't know what to do about this. What should I do about this? Now, there is a degree of play that you can do and that I sometimes do and do this anyway, but it's not how I would recommend somebody starts. I would recommend somebody begins really separating the two practices. If inside the quantum field, we are commanding from God's source, that aspect of us, then outside of the quantum field is where we want to say, hey, here I am, I'm Erin, and I don't know what to do about this. God's source within my soul, what is the guidance for me? So that's how I want you to look at that. So I would do the healing work inside the quantum field. Especially in the beginning, I would do the healing work inside the quantum field. I can do healing work inside and outside the quantum field now, but that's because I've been practicing embodying this and doing it all day long, every day for 5 years. So in the beginning, I would never say, do your healing work outside of the quantum field, because your healing work should be done from the place of commanding from God's source. Now, if you're talking about the release steps, you can absolutely do those outside of the quantum field because it's not God's source that's commanding that. That's you that's experiencing all of these steps to release.